Hello, this is Patrick. Thank you for joining me. Just chasing down some coyotes a few minutes ago that were headed towards a chicken coop. And this year, the biggest predator for the chickens, usually it's a bobcat and the hawks. But this year, it's been people. You can't make this up. And I read it a couple of years ago. I was reading some woman is writing about her chickens, and she listed all the predators that I had, and I'm getting better. We're getting fewer chickens taken. Actually, we have a good system, good defense. But people, she goes, and don't forget people. And she goes, people come and steal your chickens. And sometimes they need food, and sometimes they just do it. And one of the things around here is the high school kids get initiated, and it's like stealing a chicken from a coop is one of them. And anyway, it's kind of demoralizing, but that's part of life now. It's the times we live in. It's just one of those things. I was going to talk about quickly an article I found today, and we're going to douse it. I'm just going to tell you briefly what it's about. I'm not going to read to you about it. But I wanted to go to a point where he's talking about what is Trump doing. And is this some Sun Tzu art of war type deal? And he argues, Trump's book, Art of the Deal, basically is almost a template from The Art of the War, Sun Tzu, which he quotes in his tweets years ago. Anyway, first of all, I have 3 cards. I'm going to do this quickly. The 3 cards are for Trump for September. All right, let's go through them. I'm not going to talk too much today. 6 of Wands. That's a victory. I love the 6 of Wands, one of my favorite cards. Especially when I'm asking a simple question, and it goes, yes, that's victory. I love it. The other card of the 3 is the 5 of Wands. I think he's still having conflict. We're going to have more of the same from August through September. But he has a victory card here, so he's going to get some kind of victories. Maybe a couple, all right? And then he's going to have this energy, the Princess of Wands, which is, they say, the fiery aspect of Earth. And I was reading on it because the core cards always change depending on what the particular reading is. And in this case, I saw the word revenge, and I was wondering, that might sum up Trump. I think he's out for some revenge. And then I did the angel card, and the angel card is very interesting. It was power. Do you see that? Power. And my first thought, he doesn't seem to be asserting power. He's the head of the executive branch of government. He has all these tools, and it seems like every single branch is thwarting him. I don't think it wants me to talk about that. I'm coughing. So I won't talk that about it anymore. Okay? We'll just leave that. Anyway, I wanted to talk about this article, and let's see if I can find it. And it's called State of the Nation. It's this website. I don't go to it, but this article, stateofthenation2012.com. And it's about, there's something very strange going on with Trump. Could this be it? And he's talking about how Trump seems to be cornered. He doesn't have any power. He's not asserting himself. Everybody is undermining him. And he says the strange thing is coming. He goes, he's learned in life that he listens to certain things. He doesn't listen to the mainstream media, this particular individual. He looks at bigger trends. What are the bigger trends going on that's not being talked about? And in particular, he mentioned these. These are like 6 bullets. I'm going to read them really quick. Why is the left going absolutely insane about one unfortunate woman in Charlottesville? All right. He goes, well, there's lots of things going on. 10 soldiers got killed on the McCain destroyer or frigate, and things of that nature. We got really serious things. It's too bad. No one is to blame there except the individual who killed the lady. Why is Nancy Pelosi pushing to formally censor the president for simply, commonsensically, and decided an uncontroversial rebuke of all the bad actors? So basically, she's saying all he said was there's blame to go on both sides of these two parties that clashed during this riot in Charlottesville. And he goes, why is she wants to rebuke the president, legally in the House of Representatives? He goes, this is nonsense. This is like you're uttering a sentence and people are coming unglued. He goes, it makes really no sense. Why is the media pushing this story 24/7? While Russia, you remember Russia, the big old Russia thing going on for the last 7 months, got dropped like a hot potato. So why aren't we discussing? It comes up once in a while, but nowhere near like it did. Then he asks, why are the mainstream media and most of the Democratic Party egging on Antifa? The fascist group. The fascist group that wants to use violence to destroy anyone who thinks opposite of them. They think violence is okay, and they wear ski masks and baseball bats. And I don't even know if that's legal, is it? But anyway, he's going, it's kind of interesting. Okay, where's the other one? Why did a Missouri state senator openly state on Facebook that she wishes for an assassination of Trump? That's very, very unusual. I mean, we get lots of people doing it, but this woman is a Missouri state senator. And he thought that was odd. And he's looking at the greater trend here. Why are web hosting services kicking off conservative websites off their servers? Why are conservatives on Patreon and YouTube getting both demonized and demonetized? Why is the First Amendment being targeted because of one neo-Nazi jerk in Charlottesville? So, but the even more important question is, why now? Why is this all happening now? Why is this change of tune? And because the deep state are scared absolutely blank, and they are emptying the last chambers of their political revolver. So he thinks this is all desperation. And he takes this to Sun Tzu, where he claims that Donald Trump, can I find anything from Donald? Here's Donald Trump saying in 2012, the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting, Sun Tzu. And then he has another one he tweeted, 2013. He who defends everywhere defends nowhere. And like his book, The Art of the Deal, he took his Art of the Deal from The Art of War. So you can see this parallel in his love. So he's asking, is Donald Trump doing something? He's actually applying a very clever attribute to Donald Trump, that this is a rope-a-dope type situation, and he hasn't had any victories in legislative in the chambers. People are still coming across the border, and all of Hollywood is still screaming at him. So, and this man goes, where are we? This is what he says. He says the leader, Donald Trump, has all the dirt on them now. That's why they're doing it. He goes, he's been collecting it this whole time. And I don't know what I'm going to agree with him, but Anyways, he has like 10 bullets here. And he said, A1 is the loose thread that unravels everything, and he's probably already turned to state's evidence to Trump's Department of Justice. So let's go measure what is the truth of that statement. I'm just going to bang these out real fast. I haven't dowsed any of these before, so I got the dowsing thing. So this is fairly, this is partially true. We'll weight this at 40%, 45% true. So there's not a lot of stuff there. I would think there is. They know what was in the report that Nunes gave to Trump. Remember that back in a few months? Can you say, is that one of the things? Are they afraid what was in that report? And the Nunes report was very, very high. 90%. There is something very damaging in that report. And you remember Devin Nunes got extremely criticized for it, but it was more damaging than people let on. They know why Dianne Feinstein was so ashen-faced and upset. I don't know. Okay, the next is they know Robert Mueller is likely investigating the Democrats instead of the alleged Russian collusion in the administration. Could you weight that for truthfulness, that statement, please? That's very, very high. 90%. 90. This is really, really a high statement. There's some truth to that. Next, they know Hillary Clinton will be indicted soon, with all the corruption of the foundation implicating half the deep state. Could you tell me the truthfulness? It doesn't see that as being true. I mean, there's some weight there, but not much. 30%. All right? Okay, what else does he say? They know Julian Assange didn't meet with Donna Rockenbacher to discuss Vegemite recipes. I guess that's some vegetarian stuff. So there was another aspect to that meeting. Let's go see. Yeah, there was something else to that meeting. That is correct. Big time. Way big time. So a few of these statements are actually correct. They know Seth Rich was a leaker. You know, I was going to go along with that. I just thought that was true. They're not concerned about that. It's 40%, 35%. So there's some truth there, but it's not overwhelming. They know why Donald Trump has surrounded himself with military generals. Okay, let's go see. Is that a reason? That's 50% true. All right. So he just likes military people. They are the ultimate bureaucrat. They know how the system works. And he thinks he can trust them, but he can't. They know Banyan is more useful writing Breitbart than he is inside. Is that true? No. But it's half true. There's some truth to that. It's 50% true. They know Antifa is now under surveillance and will likely soon be declared a domestic terrorist organization. Is this true? A lot of that is true. That statement is 90% true. So they're coming to this realization, especially on the points I just said that are true. And with this card of power, that seems to indicate he's going to start asserting his power. He's blowing his horn. See? It's not a horn, but it looked like that way because I can't see. But it's dark. There's dark clouds on the horizon. He might be asserting himself. He has power. I don't think he knows where it is, or he's been really, really holding back. You know. The supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. So, how much is that true? So let's go see how much Donald Trump is faking everybody out. How much is this writer's story is true? Can you give it to me? Come on. It's being difficult. Just give me an answer, please. And the answer is, I'm getting like close to 70%. Is 70% accurate? Yes. How accurate is that? Okay, it's fairly. So 70% of this article is true. That part of this is part of Donald Trump's battle against the deep state is to rope-a-dope and expose many of these people. Many of these people are, in fact, traitors and totally corrupt to the core. And we either do it this way, because you can't reform it. You can see already that almost every single legislative agenda for Trump has been defeated. And mostly it's because they're all corrupt. I mean, the corruption in the Senate and the House is pretty universal, and they have some really good people there trying to fight the system, but you can't reform it like writing reform bills. They're not going to pass it. There's too many people with their hands in the cookie jar to reform it. And they're very dark people. These are very, very dark. So this might be a very well thought out, long process to expose and shed light. And you remember what we had for August this month was he got the star. I got it twice when I did August for. We did it for Trump back in June. You remember we did it in June. We do it. I got star, and the star. One of the things about star, on a personal level, I usually say it's setting goals and meeting those goals, manifesting those goals. It's also shining light on a situation, and we are shining light on. Now here we're at August, and nothing's been done, but the people see all this, over the top attack on Trump, and it's